Hello everyone and welcome back. Sorry it's been a few days since my last video. It's just been a lot of real life stuff happening, but hopefully I'll get back on track and I can get normal recordings out again. There's going to be a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo tonight, so I'm going to be streaming that hopefully, as long as it's true. Let's see, I'm gonna load save data. So Cardia has been training under Impy actually under everyone, but we saw Impy specifically because we're going down Impy's route just to prepare herself for the next heist that they're going to be doing, which is going to be explained really soon. That's where we ended. Lupin didn't tell us yet.
黄昏の長を誘拐する。
Oh my goodness. We're going to capture the leader. Because, you know, that's a simple task, right? For a moment, we are all struck by what Lupin had just said.
ごめん。聞き間違いかも。もう一度言ってもらえる？
英国諜報組織、黄昏のトップの人間をさらってくるって言ったんだよ。
ふーん。おいおい、いきなり派手なこと言い出すな。何それ、マジで言ってんの？
いろいろと対策を取っちゃいるが、ここでずっと隠れて過ごせると思うほど俺は楽天家じゃねえ。長期戦は俺たちに不利だ。こっちから攻める必要がある。
That action will be kidnapping? Lupin nods with determination.
黄昏のトップともなりゃ、あらゆることの中心人物だ。多くの謎に迫るために最も有効な方法、それは直接本人に聞くことだ。
私たち全員がそれぞれの目的に近づくための鍵となりうる人物。黄昏の長こそがそれだとお前は判断したわけか。
Lupin quietly nods.
なるほど。それで誘拐というわけですか。
Saint Germain says this as casually as asking for a glass of water. Lupin nods.
だが待て。誘拐するということは相手の情報を掴んだということだろう。相手は仮にも諜報組織の長だぞ。ルパン、一体どうやってその情報を手に入れた？
俺を誰だと思ってんだよ。大泥棒アルセーヌ・ルパン様だぜ。お宝も機密情報も盗むことに差はねえよ。
黄昏の情報を盗んできたっていうの？一体どこから？
ああ、それはよ、ちょっと前に街中歩いてたらやけに訓練された気配がついてくるんでな。大方黄昏の末端だろうって見当をつけて、そいつを巻いた後逆につけてやったんだ。そうしたら見事にビンゴ。あとは奴らの窮屈な格好にくるまって見回りご苦労ところでって感じに聞き出したわけさ。
はは、なるほど。お得意の変装術で聞き出したということですか。それにしても一流の諜報組織相手によくも紛れ込めたものです。人を出し抜くことに関しては右に出る者はいませんね。
恐ろしいやつ。
偶然っちゃ偶然だが、それを逃さずチャンスに変えるのも泥棒の心得。そっからは情報の裏付けに走り回って、昨夜ようやく確信を得たってわけだ。
黄昏ってこの国で最も優れたエリート工作員の集団だよ。その尾行に気づいただけじゃなくやり返すって。
なに、驚くことじゃねえさ。元から才能があった上に教育が良かったからな。
Education, like a thief academy? Perhaps he means something similar to the training I myself was undergoing.
それで黄昏の長とやらはどこに現れる？
I take a breath in anticipation. Something about Van Helsing's expression gives me chills when our eyes meet.
ずいぶん怖い顔するじゃねえか。目標のやつとお前の言うあの男とやらは何か関係でもあるのか？
お前が知る必要はない。
Or perhaps he does. The air is tense and my chest is tight. The dining room falls silent for a while and the Count is the first to speak.
それで目的の人物はどこにやってくるのですか？現れる場所によって計画の難易度も大きく左右されるかと思いますが。
列車だ。
What's a train? Everyone looks at me in surprise. Is this something I should know about? I feel a bit embarrassed as I ask.
あれ、蒸気機関車って知らない？石炭を食うバカでけえ鉄の馬って感じかな。
An iron horse, perhaps it's something like an automobile.
それに関しては口で説明するよりも実際に見た方が分かりやすいだろう。ルパンの言う計画を実行に移すなら近いうちに嫌でも目にすることになるだろうしな。
Lupin nods and continues.
目標は近くウォータールーから列車に乗り込み北方の軍事工場を視察する予定になってる。俺が手に入れたのはこの視察の間の身辺警護に関する情報ってわけだ。詳細は後でみんなにも見せる。
資料そのものを盗んできたのか？
まさか盗みがバレれば当然相手は警戒する。警護の方法も移動経路も変えられちまう。要点を覚えて後で書き出したんだよ。移動中の列車内は視察中最も警備が薄くなる。俺たちはこの列車に潜んで目標をかっさらうってわけさ。
そんな、それはいくらなんでも大胆すぎるよ。
I agree with Victor. Lupin had repeatedly told me in my training that you should never commit to battle that you aren't sure you can win.
面白いと思いますよ。もし本当に実行するというのなら私は惜しみなく力を貸しましょう。
面白いですか？
しかしいくら警護が薄いとはいえ多勢に無勢。勝ち目は薄いような気もしますが。
だいたいよ、走ってる列車からさらうってどうやるんだよ。走行中の機関車からダイブすんの？
心配すんなって考えはある。
まずは二手に分かれる。列車内部で騒ぎを起こし敵勢力の分断をする役。もう一つは目標を実際に連れ去る役だ。そして鉄道を使うならば本人だけを連れ出さずとも誘拐する方法もある。それは鉄道途中にある視線を使う方法。ルパン、お前は車両そのものを奪い去るつもりだろう。
車両ごと誘拐？
それはまた大胆な発想ですね。ますます興味が湧いてきましたよ。
He's just so happy to be entertained right now.
おお、まさかバレちまうとは。とにかくバンの言う通りだ。それに奪った後は簡単だ。線路途中に オートモービルを待機。それに乗っておさらばってわけ。危険がないわけじゃねえ。だが賞賛も間違いなくあるんだ。どうだこの賭け、乗る気はないか？
ちょっとばかり請求すぎるような気もすんな。
危険を冒すだけの価値はある。手を貸してやろう。
He's like, count me in.
僕は反対だ。リスクが大きすぎる。
私はどちらでも皆さんの選択に従いますから。
He's like, whatever. You're going to help, Count.
ええ、もちろんですとも。せっかくの機会なんですから皆さんとお出かけしたいじゃないですか。
Yay, he's going to help us.
伯爵、それは何か違う気が。
These types of things are just a normal walk in the park for him.
いろんな問題を一気に解決するいい策だ。カルディア、お前はどう思う？
We're going to disagree because that is what Ep.4 is leaning towards. I'm against this. It's too dangerous. I understand that you want to put an end to the problem as soon as you can in order to avoid danger, but it's wrong to jump into a new dangerous situation just to get out of an older one.
うん、僕もその意見に賛成だ。的確な指摘だと思うよ。
俺もどっちかっていうと彼女の意見を支持したいかな。
Which means we'll probably be in the same group. We'll be the ones not on the train. You guys capture, we'll just be your getaway. Their words give me strength. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that Lupin's plan is too dangerous.
悪いがこの計画に中止はない。反対する者がいるならここに残っていればいい。
Oh, he's just gonna make him stay behind.
私は一人でも向かわせてもらう。
That just proves 100% that the guy he's after is going to be on this train. Hearing Van Helsing's words, we all look around at one another.
反対するお前たちの意見もわかる。最悪、俺とバンの二人で何とかするさ。
わかった。僕も参加しよう。使える駒は多い方がいいだろ。可能な限り手伝うよ。
しゃあねえな。何が起きても知らねえかんな。
Me too. I can't stay behind while the rest of you put yourselves in danger.
結局全員参加ですか。大丈夫。ルパンは引き際をわきまえています。本当に危なくなったら逃げてくれますよ。
I never get tired of listening to his voice. Alright.
じゃ、全員賭けに乗るってことでいいんだな。
Beyond nod and determination, agreeing with Lupin's sentiment.
その心意気には必ず応える。約束するぜ。それじゃあこれから作戦の詳細に入るが、その前に一つだけ言っておくことがある。
Put our own lives first, right?
その通りだ。よくわかってるじゃねえか。
It was all you said in training. Lupin gives me a small bow.
カルディア、俺たちはお前に適当な教育はしてねえ。心配はするな。必ず役に立てる。
I'll do my best.
みんなもそれでいいな。
こうなった以上はね、全力でサポートするよ。
お前たちが役に立つかどうかよりも足を引っ張られないかが心配だ。
ついに俺の秘密道具の数々が火を吹く時が来たか。任せときなって。
私も参戦させていただきますが、 インピーの発明品は文字通りの意味で火を吹かないことを祈りたいですね。
I know that'd be bad, wouldn't it?
サンちゃんひでえ。
よーし、全員参加なら賞賛は十分ありだ。それじゃあ作戦の詳細について説明するぜ。
Lupa spreads a map out on the table. We gather around it and take in the highly detailed notations all over it. Then we begin to make plans. For the next few days, things are chaotic. Everyone has a lot of things to do, like checking the railroad paths, creating devices, and learning Twilight defenses. We all spend all of our time preparing for our parts in the plan, as its execution takes place in only a few short days. MP and Victor seem to have the most to do. MP is creating a device to control the switches, and Victor is making chemicals. They've both been working day and night. As for me, I try to stay out of their way. There isn't much I can do compared to them, but I spend my time doing small tasks to aid them as best I can. The person after me, Twilight's leader. We will soon meet them face to face. They are trying to set in motion a plan that could affect the entire world, starting by capturing me. I wonder what they need me for. There are so many things I want to know. What reason do they have for chasing me? What about my father and the horologium? Why did I lose my memory? I prepare for the upcoming meeting, hoping that at least some of these mysteries will be solved. I look up at the night sky and sigh. We act tonight on the very last train. It's about time to leave. Everyone is wrapping up their preparations. As of now, I haven't been given a clear role or action in the group's plan. Lupa says he'll decide what I should do once we're there. But because of this, I'm feeling somewhat anxious. Isn't there anything I could do to help? Check on MP, obviously. I think I'll go see what MP's up to. He's taught me how to operate machines and how to build simple devices. Perhaps there might be something I can help with him right now. He's probably in his studio in the back. Leave the mansion and head for the yard. Then... I hear Impy shout in surprise, followed by a loud noise. Was that an explosion? I run towards Impy's shack. I heard something. Are you alright?
大丈夫大丈夫。ちょっと新型のネオスチームエンジンを搭載しようと思ったんだけど。
Impy smiles grimly as he struggles out of a cloud of smoke.
加圧しすぎちゃってさ、こうボーンってね。
Yes, I heard it.
だけどこれくらいなら問題なし。何せ俺は天才技師だから。
What does being an engineer have to do with it?
それより見てよ。こないだ乗せたオーニソプター。予備のスチームエンジンを用意しといて助かったぜ。
Winged machine is a short distance from the scene of the explosion.
こいつは今回の計画の要になるからね。
You're gonna get away in that? Are we going to fly again?
お、空の旅がお気に召した？
Well, when you put it like that... Yes, it was very fun.
そっか。そりゃこいつを作った甲斐がある。また機会を見つけていこうね。
Yes, let's. You're amazing, Impy. Now that you've taught me so much, I understand just how incredible you really are.
おお、何？俺に惚れたって話？
No, that's not it.
ものすごく自然体で否定したね。
You're a natural at rejecting. Did you have someone teach you about engineering and all this?
近所に住む偏屈なじいさんにかな。まあどっちかっていうと共同開発者って感じだったけどさ。
Oh yeah, and he is so loud and obnoxious. Oh my goodness. Impy looks a bit nostalgic as he talks, absent-mindedly spinning his wrench around and around in his hand. It may not be the same guy he's talking about, but there is a really annoying guy in this. Like, he's probably going to max out my volume every time he speaks.
どっかで本格的に習ったわけじゃねえけど、科学ってやつの素晴らしさは誰よりも分かってるつもりだぜ。
You're probably right. Impy smiles so confidently that I can't help but agree with him. I keep talking with him for a while. Listening to Impy excitedly talk about his machines gradually calms my nerves. Aww. The station is filled with people. Some people are greeting those exiting the train, others are waiting for the night/train, others simply watch the trains. Our plan will be going off very soon. We've all come to Waterloo Station, one of London's many train stations. We are here to see if the train will board. The final train will arrive at this platform and leave in another 2 hours. Lupa suggests that we take this time to get a good look at the actual train. In any case, there are so many people here.
オートモービルが普及して飛行船が空を飛んでも蒸気機関車は相変わらず主流の交通手段だからな。
Lupin was right. Even though we are being pursued by the government, as long as we blend in with confidence, no one notices. Van Helsing is standing back a small ways away, so we don't stand all together. St. Germain is standing by elsewhere. For now, it seems that no one is paying attention to us. Is the locomotive almost here?
そろそろのはずだぜ。楽しみにしてな。きっと驚く。
Lupin looks at his pocket watch as he answers me.
噂をすれば、ほら、来たよ。
I turn my gaze to the other end of the platform and see something black approach out of the darkness and get bigger. Then, it lets out a roaring whistle that hurts my ears as an iron machine lets off steam and comes to a stop. It looks more like a black metal mountain than any kind of vehicle. I'm struck speechless at the powerful presence of the huge machine before us. MP had told me about it, but I didn't think it would be such an intense experience to see and hear it in person. This is the locomotive?
お、やっぱ驚く？俺も初めて見たときは驚いたもんだよ。科学ってのはこんなものまで動かすのかってさ。
Yes, it's amazing. I'm unable to take my eyes off the locomotive.
蒸気機関車にはネオスチームエンジンを搭載していないんだよね。昔ながらの手法でそのまま走らせているんだ。
いやいやフラン、こいつは例外だぜ。ネオスチームエンジンを補助に使って馬力を飛躍的に増強してる。おかげでこんだけたくさんの客車を運べるお化け列車になったってわけさ。新技術と伝統の融合だな。
It's amazing that something like this can even move. My jaw is agape as I look up at the mass of black iron standing astride the tracks.
さあ、感心してる場合じゃねえぞ。俺たちは観光しに来たわけじゃねえんだ。
Lupin words brings me back to reality and I take a better look at it. That's right, our mission will take place on this train. Lupin walks around the train car as he explains the plan to us again. As he said in the beginning, our plan will take place on a moving train. First of all, there will be regular passengers on board along with us until it reaches a certain station. And Helsing and Victor will board the last car among those passengers. When our target gets on the train, the rest of the passengers will be removed, but Van Helsing and Victor will hide on board. Once the train passes the point Lupin specified, Van Helsing and Victor will cause a commotion and draw out the target's guards. Once enough of the guards have been lured away to the very last car, we will uncouple it, enemy soldiers and all. That way we can separate a good number of the guards from the Twilight leader. While this is going on, Lupin, Impy, and St. Germain will drive an automobile to the end of the track we will divert it to. The Count will wait there at the end point with the automobile. We will simply wait there until we cut off the train car carrying the leader and bring it to that location. Lupin and Impy will approach the train from above using the ornithopter and land the car carrying the target. Using a device created by Impy, Lupin will cut off the train car from the car ahead, including the locomotive engine. At the same time, the tracks will be switched, pulling a single train car onto a separate track away from the guards. After that, Lupin will shoot some fireworks into the air, signaling Van Helsing and Victor, then send Impy to pick them up. The train car that was cut off will continue rolling to the end of the line, running on one of Impy's inventions. In the back car that was cut off, Victor and Van Helsing will fight the guards and then head to the target train's car. If possible, they will overpower the guards protecting the target and capture him. If that is too difficult, they will wait. Either way, once the separated train car reaches its destination, St. Germain will join Van Helsing and Victor to defeat the remaining guards and capture the target. Then the target will be placed on the automobile and everyone will drive back to the mansion. If something goes wrong, we are to run to the rendezvous point. Impy can then help out in battle, as he will be flying near the train car while the plan is being carried out. That is an overview of the plan. Such a detailed overview.
以上、作戦の確認だが、何か質問は？
We circle around the train as Lupin goes over the mission in detail. He ends his explanation as we reach the first car. At that moment, Lupin lays backwards, bumping into the shoulder of a passerby.
おっと、これは失礼を。
The man continues on his way. Lupin watches the man leave with a puzzled expression. What's the matter?
ああ。この俺が通行人の気配に気づかないなんて、ちょっと勘が鈍ったなと思ってよ。
Yeah. Man's gonna cause trouble.
おいおい、怖いな。不安になるようなこと言うなよ。
多分疲れてるんじゃないかな。あ、そうだ。つい最近、不自然なほど元気になる薬を開発したんだけど、飲む？
いらねえよ、そんな怪しげなもん。
Sounds shady. Lupin, what should I do?
おう、そういえば言ってなかったな。お前の役割は自分で選びな。
I get to choose?
晩、フランたちと共に列車に乗り込み、連結機の破壊を担当するか。俺やインピー、サンと一緒に行動して、俺のサポートをしてもらうか。どっちにしろ、連結機の破壊だ。やることは変わらねえがな。
Lupin hands me a small device in a toolbox as he says this.
そいつは連結機の破壊装置だ。取り付けは多少複雑だが、やれるか？
俺が訓練してんだぜ。それくらい楽勝だって。
I study the device for a while and come to an understanding as to its workings. Yes, it will be simple. Are you sure you want me to do it?
車両の連結機は走行中はそう簡単に外れねえ。後列の車両全部の重量がかかってくるわけだからな。だがお前なら、もしもの時はお前自身の毒で連結機を溶かすこともできる。俺たち全員の中でもお前が適任だ。頼むぞ。
Okay, I'll try.
よし、じゃあここからは二手に分かれて行動する。駅を離れるのは俺とインピー3のグループ。列車に乗るのはバンとフランのグループだ。
Leave the station. After the train leaves with Van Helsing and Victor, it makes its way through the city. We drive ahead following the tracks, and then at last no more buildings are in sight. Impy brings it to a noisy stop. A figure appears from the moonlight ahead.
皆さん、お待ちしていましたよ。
Stylish as always. He smiles as he greets us. We climb down from the automobile and join him.
やっほーさんちゃん、見張りご苦労さん。どう様子は？
下調べ通りですね。誰もいませんよ。
The rebel line that the disconnected train car will arrive on is a little ways ahead. The reason why this location was chosen as our meeting spot was because it was a convenient place to land the ornithopter.
悪いな。こんな役やらせちまってよ。
He volunteered, it's alright.
いいえ、密偵ごっこといった風情でなかなか楽しめましたから。
This is so much more amusing when you know his backstory, so like if you guys want to read through this with like after you play Saint Germain, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do another common route playthrough with other options. I'm just going to do like I did in my last series and just skip to the choices, pick the choices that represent the character that we want to go down next, and then continue on with the character story. Especially since the common route is like 8 chapters long by itself.
密偵ごっこってか、本当に密偵なんだけどな。
Oh, you wouldn't understand. Lupus sighs as if releasing tension, then looks around at us.
んじゃ、こっから捕獲作戦に移る。まず作戦の第一段階は
The first step?
待機だな。
I can't help but feel a little let down by Lupin's words. I may be nervous, but I'm still looking forward to what comes next. We're going to wait here?
ああ、予定よりも早く着いちまったからな。しばらくはここで待機だ。なに、バンもフランもうまくやってくれるさ。俺は紳士的な装い準備をするほか、計画の見直しをするんでここにいるが、みんなは自由に過ごしていいんだぜ。
Gonna prepare his gentlemanly attire. She said, gentlemanly attire.
なあな。泥棒紳士のたしなみってやつだ。
He's gotta have his mask and cape like Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. With Lupin in high spirits, we decide to use our time freely until further instruction. I look up at the moon in a daze, but my anxiety over the mission is mounting. Will I be able to do what's needed of me when it comes time to act? Thinking this makes me even more nervous. Speak with MP. Wonder what MP is doing. I find him tinkering with the ornithopter, which is a key factor to this mission. He explodes it again. Small explosions keep going off as smoke rises from different parts of the machine. Lupin said he was going to fly to the train and that, but will it fly at all now? MP, is everything alright?
ほう、カルディアちゃん。ああ、大丈夫大丈夫。ほら、よく言うでしょ。失敗を重ねることで成功は見えてくるんだって。心配ないない。ああ、目に浮かぶな。この装置で君が空を飛んで俺に惚れ直しちゃう瞬間がさ。
That doesn't sound like a real thing. I laugh a little as I say this. MP, what's the matter?
ん？やっぱ君は笑顔が似合うなって。そんだけだよ。
Aww. I look it down, not knowing how to react. MP keeps saying things like that to me, encouraging me to smile, and then I don't know how to respond, and I feel even more embarrassed.
時間にはちと早いが出発するぜ。予想外のことが起きた。
There he is, his gentlemanly attire with his cane and everything. Lupin looks at us with a serious expression as we gather around. What's happened, Lupin?
風ではありませんか？
Wind?
この風、今は弱いですが、やがて強くなる気配があります。そう、暴風と言っていいほどに。
Oh no, no one took into consideration the weather. I look up at the skies. Everything is still so calm.
やばいってそれ。あんまりすげえ風だとオーニソプターが飛べないじゃん。
Should we cancel the plan?
いや、風が強くなる前に片付ける。もう作戦は動き出してんだ。バンとフランをそのままにしちゃおけねえ。
I nod in agreement.
作戦をおさらいするぜ。今頃列車の中は戦争状態だろう。この後バンとフランが警護の黄昏兵たちを後部車両ごと引き離す手はずになってる。二人が敵を引きつけている間に俺とインピ、それにお前の3人はオーニソプターで上空から列車に接近。インピーは逃走経路確保のため空中で待機。残った俺たちは黄昏の長が乗っている車両を切り離し視線に引き込む。3、お前は車両がここに到着次第目標の確保、オートモービルでの逃走を任せる。
お任せください。
インピー、オーニソプターの準備は？
任せとけって。最高の仕上がりだぜ。
MP points to the large winged machine sitting in the moonlight. An ornithopter, a small airship that flies by flapping its wings at high speed.
あ、その表情不安がってるね。風がもし強くなってきたら飛べないんじゃないかなって。
No, that's not it at all.
ま、論より証拠かな。実際に飛ばして証明してみせるさ。
じゃ、行くとするか。
With Lupin's words as a signal, we quickly board the ornithopter. We all manage to get on, but it's so cramped.
おい、なんだよこの狭さは。
Yeah, it barely fit two of them, now there's three.
こいつは本来一人乗りなの。二人でやっとなんだから3人じゃ狭いに決まってんじゃん。
今から3人乗りに改造とかは？
Really quick.
無茶言うなよ。
You two, stop shoving, you'll melt if you touch my skin.
おっと、そうだった。ほら、仲良く座ろうぜ、ルパン。
Also, the only thing that you can really touch is her face.
まあ確かにふざけてる場合じゃねえし。インピ、出発だ。
あいよ、しっかり捕まっときな。めくるめく空の旅、2名様ご案内。
The machine shoots out a blast of steam and the wings begin to flap. Suddenly, the machine lifts off the ground. It would be too heavy. It's flying, Impy. Wings start going faster and faster with tremendous force.
こいつは飛行機械で、それを作ったのが世界一の天才技師インピーさんとくりゃ飛ばないわけがないでしょ。
Despite his confidence, the machine suddenly tips, nearly throwing us out into the air. Lupin reacts quickly and grabs me.
おいおい、インピ、もうちょっとバランス取れて。列車に行く前に俺たちが落ちるだろうが。
仕方ないだろう。何度も言うけど、この機体は一人乗りなの。スピードが出れば安定するから、それまで頑張ってよ。
I'm hanging on.
さあ、行くぜ。
With Impy's shot, the ornithopter picks up speed. It flies through the air, cutting through the night sky at great speed.
へえ、今日はこのポンコツもまともじゃねえか。
ポンコツ言うな。インピーさんの作る機械はいつだってド安定してんだよ。
I wouldn't call this incredibly stable, but for now, the ornithopter is traveling at an unbelievable rate. It shouldn't take long to catch up with the train. I catch sight of the railway below us, then I see a lone rail car sitting by itself on the tracks.
おう、あんなもんがここで見つかるってことは、襲撃チームはうまくやったってわけだ。
なあ、みてえだな。俺たちも後に続くぞ。
However, only a short time later, Lupin and Saint Germain's predictions is unfortunately true. The weather suddenly takes a turn for the worse, and a forceful wind hits us. My sense of equilibrium is thrown off because of the intense turbulence.
この
MP desperately tries to control the ornithopter, which is being shaken every which way by the wind.
おいルパン、列車まだ？たどり着く前に墜落しちゃうよ。
もうすぐだ。気合で乗り切ってくれ。
You hear the train's whistle from far off. A tiny light shines ahead on the dark rails. That must be the locomotive.
インピー、寄せられるか。
やれるだけやってやるさ。
MP goes the ornithopter into more speed, and little by little we begin to close in on the train. I hear the powerful noise of the engine. Finally, MP draws the ornithopter parallel to the last train car. However, we can't go further ahead.
連結機を破壊する車両はもっと先だ。インピー、全力で行ってくれ。
もう全力なんだよ。列車についてくのがやっとなんだっつうの。
As we go back and forth, I hear a gunshot from within the train. That was Van Helsing's shotgun.
どうやらまだ敵が残ってるみてえだな。仕方ねえ。インピー、できるだけ先の車両へつけてくれ。あとはこっちでなんとかする。
わかったよ。こうなったら秘密兵器をお披露目してやる。
He presses the button on the control stick, and an impressive blast of steam shoots out of the rear of the ornithopter. The ornithopter picks up speed, propelled by the force of the steam.
つってもすぐに限界だ。頃合い見て飛び降りてくれ。
わかった。だがこの風じゃインピーの助けは期待できねえ。お前は残ってろ。
No, I'm coming with you. You need every last bit of help you can get. The way things are going, we're already short-handed, and you trained me. I promise I'll be useful.
言うじゃねえか。なら止めねえよ。ついてこい。
Right. Lupin holds me tightly to him. I relax my body, trusting myself to his hands. I'm floating in the air, and in the next moment we're on the roof.
風が収まったら迎えに行く。二人とも生きて戻れよ。
Don't die. I wave to Envy as the ornithopter flies away, then turn to look at Lupin.
とにかく列車内に移るぞ。上部を渡り歩くには風が強すぎる。万が一にも落車なんて笑えねえからな。
It would not be funny at all. Lupin quickly puts his ear against the train's roof.
二人いる。足音からしてバンとフランじゃねえ。
Nope. Then...
ああ、奇襲するぞ。お前にも一人任せる。できるな。
body slam them. I've got this. Lupin breaks one of the train's windows in, then slides into the car ahead of me. I follow him through a few seconds later. One of the Twilight soldiers is already on the floor. The other has his back towards me while he squares off against Lupin.
貴様、一体どこから？
The enemy hasn't noticed me. Now's my chance.
あ
Body slam. I strike him as hard as I can from behind with my hand, and he falls to the floor out with her hand. I think Van Helsing trains her to like use her weight as a force or something like that in one of his teachings. It's kind of funny. And she actually like body slams someone in his room.
見事なもんだな。戦闘訓練を受けてるとは聞いてたが、ここまでとは思わなかったぜ。
We're super advanced. Thanks for distracting him. If I could catch someone off guard, I could defeat anyone, even a giant.
パンの受け売りか？まったく。うちのお嬢様は頼もしい限りだよ。
That was cute. She's like, I could beat anyone, even a giant. Maybe checks out the train cars ahead.
計画は狂ったが、連結機を外さねえわけにはいかねえ。このまま車両内を進んで、長のいる車両の手前で屋根に登る。足音を立てずに移動できるか？
Isn't that what you trained her to do? Of course I can. You made sure I learned how.
いい返事だ。
Let's go, Lupin. I set off running, but Lupin grabs my arm.
待て。後部座席に誰かいる。おい、そこにいるのは誰だ？
Lupin shouts towards the last row of seats, and a figure rises from behind them.
ほう、私の気配に気づくとは。なるほど。どうやら話に聞いたよりずっと目ざといようだ。
Are you the detective? Yeah. I don't recognize the man, but I've heard that voice before. Did you bump into Lupin back at the station?
おや、
Oh yeah?
随分と覚えが良いのだね、お嬢さん。その通りだよ。あの時はぶつかってしまってすまなかった。
Just like that, you're obviously important.
黄昏の関係者じゃねえな。何者だてめえ。
私の名はエルロック・ショルメという。以後、お見知りおきを。
There's a root with him in the next fan disc. I liked his root a lot. Herlock Sholmes.
ここで出会ったのは偶然か必然か。駅で出会った際に君たちの様子から事件の匂いを嗅ぎ取ってしまってね。
Super suspicious.
話を聞いてみれば実に驚いた。なんとも大胆な誘拐を企んでいるじゃないか。
How dare you eavesdrop?
へえ。俺たちの会話を盗み聞いたってか？そいつはおかしいな。これでも最大限警戒してたつもりだがな。
No, this man is like as smart as you.
盗みの特技を持つ者が自分一人だと考えているなら、それはおごりというものだよ。アルセーヌ・ルパン。
正体までお見通しかい。怖いね。
多少なり犯罪学に興味を覚えている人間なら、君の名を知らぬ者はいないさ、泥棒紳士君。
The man calling himself Sholmes looks at us as if he could see through everything. Who are you?
私かい？私はしがない探偵だよ。
探偵？要するに一般人じゃねえか。おい、俺たちの邪魔をするな。時間がねえんだ。お前の相手をしてる暇はねえ。
そうも言っていられないさ。犯罪の発生を目の当たりにしたなら、それを止めるのは探偵の役目だろう。
This guy is like so extrally clever that he even gets under Lupin's skin. It's really funny.
申し訳ないが、私は君を捕まえなければならない。
As he says that, he takes a fighting pose. It's nothing grandiose, he simply thrusts his left hand forward, but it makes him a completely different person. I could tell from Van Helsing's training, this Sholmes is very strong.
おとなしくしてくれれば、私も手荒な真似はしないと誓うがね。
ご忠告ありがとうよ。けど悪いな。俺たちにも引けない事情があってね。だから少し眠ってな。
Lupin points his walking stick at the man as smoke spews from the tip. In a matter of seconds, a cloud of white smoke has swallowed Sholmes. Is this Victor's the anesthetic? Lupin grins in response. Even a small whiff of this is enough to bring you to your knees. If he breathes in too much at once.
悪いがそうはいかない。
Chom's hand reaches out from the cloud and Lupin jumps back just in time. When the smoke clears, Sholmes is standing there looking as calm as ever. What? How?
はあ？なんで動けるんだよ。そんな生優しい薬じゃねえぞ。
駅で君が一度ステッキで床を打つ音を聞いた。音の反響の仕方でステッキに何らかの仕掛けがあることに気がついた。最初はナイフでも仕込んであるのかと思ったが、音の雰囲気からしてそれは違う。中に空洞がある。おそらくガスが詰まっているのだろう。加えてアルセーヌ・ルパンは紳士的な怪盗で有名だ。となれば人を傷つける武器ではあるまい。おそらく煙幕、それも揮発性のしびれ薬。私は薬学にも多少明るくてね。仕掛けが分かっていれば身を守るのは簡単だ。即席の中和剤を染み込ませたハンカチで顔を覆ってやり過ごしてしまえば。おや、いないな。
He just left.
ご高説ありがとうよ。おかげで逃げる暇ができたぜ。
Lupin and I were already running towards the car ahead of us.
なるほど。チャンスを見逃さない洞察力は素晴らしい。だが
Lupin suddenly trips and his mask falls to the ground.
お、なんだ。
Lupin, there's a string around your feet. The sparkling thin string extends all the way back to Sholmes' hand.
君は自分に自信がありすぎるな。だからこそこんな低俗な技にかかっても気がつかない。
てめえ、いつの間に。
君が先ほど兵士たちと戦っている間にね。この車両に警備の兵しかいないと考えた時点で君の負けというわけだ。
Sholmes begins to wind the string towards him, dragging Lupin across the floor.
うわっ、雲かてめえは。
最近の探偵はね、大道芸のような技術もなければ犯人を捕まえられないのだよ。
Lupin. Without thinking, I pull off my glove and grab the string with my bare hand.
お嬢さん、やめておいた方がいい。君の腕力では私には対抗できないだろう。
She does not need strength. I'm not using my strength. Smoke rises from the string in my hand as it melts, disappearing like a snowflake. Lupin, who had been sliding across the floor this whole time, comes to a stop.
ほう、これは予想がつかなかった。君には何か秘密がありそうだね。
It's none of your business. I put my glove back on and glare at him.
そうか、それは残念。しかしどちらにせよ、私には背中を見せないことをお勧めするよ。
くそ、なんつう厄介な野郎だ。
Lupin starts whispering to me.
カルディア、お前は屋根に戻って風に煽られないようにじっとしてろ。そのうちインピーが助けてくれる。俺のことは心配しなくてもいい。
I can't do that. Van Helsing and Victor are still fighting, and Sholmes here is tough. If the leader's personal guards heads this way for some reason, you'd be blocked in on both sides. I have to worry about you.
正しい状況分析だな。
I'll break the connector on my own, then we can pull the train car to the line. And that will cause the car to slow down, making it easier for Impy to come pick us up. This way, we all have the best chance of making it out alive. You already understand that, don't you?
任せていいのか
She's so cute, putting her thief training into practice now. Yes, you've taught me all the skills I need.
二人で内緒話のつもりかい？あいにくだが、私には筒抜けだよ。それにしても、あの悪名高いルパンに弟子とはね。随分と可愛らしい弟子もいたものだ。
Cute understudy.
可愛いだけだと思ったら痛い目見るぜ。まあもっともその前にお前は俺に痛い目を見せられるんだがな。
As Lupus says this, he throws a flash grenade towards Sholmes. I start to run and don't stay to see what happens next. I'm worried about Lupin, but I need to take care of my own task. I leave the train car. The window of the door to the next car is covered by a black curtain. I can't see inside, but that means that whoever's in there can't see me either. I carefully climb the ladder to the roof. The wind outside is so strong, and with the train's speed, I might be blown right off the roof if I'm not careful. In the howling wind, with my clothes being pulled about, I start making my way across the roof. I have to use all the skills I've learned to head to the other side of the next car without making any careless noises. Somehow I make it to the connector. It looks like I'll be able to take care of this before we reach the track switch. Right before I attach the device, a sudden curiosity makes me turn around. There are no black curtains over the window on the side of the car, and I can see into the interior, but... What? There is nobody in the car we are supposed to disconnect. Did Lupin get the wrong car? There's no way. At that moment, I feel something hard pressed up against my temple. I slowly look up and see a man standing there.
手を頭の後ろで組みたまえ。抵抗しなければ、うちはしない。
I obey him, moving slowly. He orders me to walk, and the two of us slowly enter another train car, not the one Lupin and I had planned to disconnect. There are almost a dozen soldiers in here. If I had to take on this number of guards by myself, there is no way I could win. Don't give up. Look for an opportunity. That's how Lupin had taught me to think when caught in a situation like this. Thanks to his lessons, I was able to calmly observe my surroundings without panicking. Nobody utters a word. The only sound is the rattle of the train along the tracks. I wonder what happened to the others. Did my failure put them all in danger? As I'm thinking this...
君は随分と静かなのだな。
Several Twilight soldiers stand around me as I sit in the narrow passage, my legs tucked beneath me. The man who captured me is smiling at me in a calm manner that seems oddly out of place in this situation.
一介の少女がこのような事態に巻き込まれたならば、泣くかわめくか、多少騒がしいことを覚悟していたのだが。
She's been trained well.
君は思いのほか、肝が据わっているようだ。それとも、恐怖で何も言えないのかな？
I'm scared, but it's in times like this that I most need to remain calm.
なるほどなるほど。素晴らしい考えだ。うちの者たちに見習わせたいほどの落ち着きようだ。やはり君は特別な存在ということか。我々にとっても、彼にとっても、そしてこの世界すべてにおいても。
Him? The world? What is he talking about? I open my mouth to ask, but I am cut off by a voice coming from behind the man.
余計なことを言わないでくれるかな、アレスター。
おや、この老いぼれから話す楽しみを取り上げるとは。 相も変わらずひどい仕打ちだ。
The man referred to as Alistair chuckles to himself and moves aside. The person standing behind him is another very important person.
やっと会えたね、姉さん。
The speaker is a young boy sitting on an armrest of one of the train seats. I like this music. What a nice way to like reveal the bad guy of the entire series. I mean, at this point, if you don't know he's the bad guy, the music should surely give that away. His hair is a white golden color. His eyes are jade, each a different shade. His voice is as cold as ice, and he turns a thin smile towards me. Sister, who are you?
ああ、そうか。僕がわからないのも無理はないよね。姉さんは昔からずっと眠っていたんだし。目が覚めたのもつい2年ほど前だものね。でもほら、知識はあるでしょ、姉さん。僕たちは同じ人を父親に持っているんだよ。それを聞けば、僕があなたを姉と呼ぶ理由くらいすぐにわかるんじゃない？
Sister, that means we must be related by blood, and has a connection with my father. Could it be? Are you my younger brother? The boy nods satisfied.
そう。僕はあなたの弟だよ、姉さん。名はフィーニスという。そして、僕は今、姉さんたちが探していた黄昏の長という役職を務めている。
How can you be my brother?
嘘はついていないよ。間違いなく僕はあなたの弟だ。たった一人の家族さ。
I'm so surprised that I forget to breathe. I can't believe I have a brother. And that this sibling sitting right in front of me is the Twilight Commander. Who could have imagined it? Who indeed?
アイザック・ベックフォード。父様の意志を継ぐ子供。それが僕と、そしてあなたなんだ。
I wish I hadn't already read this so I could be like, oh really? We have a brother? And this brother is a bad guy. Wants us for some strange reason. We inherited his dreams? I can't help but repeat what he said.
驚かせたかな。まあそうだよね。自分を狙う組織の頂点が自分の弟だなんて聞いたら誰でもそうなるよ。それで姉さんは僕に聞きたいことがあるんでしょ？なぜ自分が黄昏という組織に狙われるのか。
Yes, let's ask him questions.
胸に埋まるホロロギウムとは何なのか。どうして自分には2年分の記憶しかないのか。自らの体に救う毒とは一体何なのか。
He's like, well, too bad for you. I'm not going to tell you.
そしてその猛毒を取り除くことはできるのか。
How did you know?
どうしておかしなことを言うね。
How would he not know? He's the leader of Twilight and he's hunting you for a reason. Of course he would know everything about you.
姉さんたちは僕を罠にはめようとしてたんだろうけど、実のところ罠にはめたのは僕たちの方なんだよ。
He let leak that he was going to be on this train so he can lure you to him. At least I think that's how it went.
今
Oh, yeah.
日この列車に僕が乗るという情報を姉さんたちの手に届くところにばらまいた。
That's funny. It's like almost word for word.
少しだけ 警備の情報に嘘を混ぜてね。僕もいい加減姉さんに会いたくてね。餌をまいてここに誘い込んだというわけ。
Now that you realize Twilight is smart, now you can't believe everything that you hear anymore.
あは、一度にたくさんのことを聞いて混乱した。
I really hate his hairstyle though. Oh my goodness.
大丈夫だよ。後でゆっくり聞かせてあげる。ここでは姉さんもくつろげないだろうからね。アレスター、姉さんは確保できた。そろそろ行くとしよう。
A dull explosion shakes me to the core, and the man who had me at gunpoint earlier nods.
こちらもこれで終わったところだ。
I turn back and see the train car behind us falling behind, getting further away. This means that I've been isolated from Lupin and the others. Funny, they went to isolate him, and she was in turn isolated instead.
これでもう邪魔が入ることはない。あとはこのまま。
Suddenly, the window shatters as someone leaps through the glass to stand between Finnis and me. Van Helsing. The Twilight soldiers react quickly, but faster still are the fusillade of gunshots that takes them down one after another.
行ったそばから珍客だね。アレスター、君も爪が甘い。
そういうな。あの人間兵器が相手ではうまくいかないことの方が多いさ。
Thank you, Van Helsing doesn't let me finish. He holds up a hand to stop me and keeps his distance, staring at Finnis.
全員動くな。動けばその男フィーニスを撃つ。
When Helsing points a gun at Finnis, he is completely calm and seems to have firmly set his mind on a course of action. Sensing his tense murderous intent, the few conscious soldiers around us show no signs of taking action.
誰かと思いきや、かの有名なエイブラハム・バン・ヘルシングか。随分と久しぶりだね。いつ以来かな。
黙れ。
君は相変わらず凄むばかりか。無駄口を叩く暇があるなら、さっさとその引き金を引いたらどうだい？
黙れ。
よく狙うといいよ。頭でも心臓でも君の好きな場所を吹き飛ばしてごらんよ。
黙れと言っている。
And Helsing roars in agitation, and his gun roars along with him. Part of the metal seat beside Finnis is twisted out of shape in an instant.
次に何かふざけたことを言ってみろ。その時は容赦なく貴様を殺す。
僕を殺す？君は僕を殺せないよ。絶対にね。
ならば試してみるか。
He cocks his gun. Taking this for a sign, the Twilight soldiers, more in unison, take fighting stances with their slender blades. The man standing next to Finnis, Alistair, takes a step forward.
昔のよしみだ。どうか銃を下ろしてくれないか、バン。
できない相談だ、アレスター。
And Helsing responds without hesitation. Do these two know each other? I remember that Van Helsing had said he was a member of Twilight in the past. I only have a moment with my own thoughts.
フィーニス、今ここで貴様を殺す。
But Van Helsing, this whole mission.
私にとってはフィーニスをこの手で殺せるのならそれが最優先だ。
Van Helsing.
君は迷っている。
なんだと？
チャンスをこうやって無駄な話ですりつぶしている。引き金を引かないのは君が迷っているからだ。自分が殺されるのが怖いのか、彼女が殺されるのが怖いのか。いや、それとも僕が死なないことを恐れているのかな。
And Helsing says nothing and just glares at Fitness. His gun trembles slightly, but I can't tell if it's from rage or fear. I can't move. The strange atmosphere permeating the room has completely swallowed us. At this rate, we'll... More glass breaking. Suddenly, a loud crash breaks the silence as a cannonball the size of my fist smashes through the window. I've seen these many times during training. Van Helsing, duck! Van Helsing reacts quickly. Red, blue, green, yellow. The fireworks go off, shrieking furiously. The car is filled with sound and light. The soldiers quickly take cover behind the seats or step forward to protect Fitness. Why? He can't die. He said so himself. Intimidation through fire, an escape tool that suits Lupin's style. It doesn't hurt anyone but surprises them. It's especially effective against trained enemies who try to anticipate what's next. Enemies who don't know about the trick are taken aback, and those who know about it can use the surprise as an opportunity.
Cardia!
Run! Lupin's voice comes in through the window. He's hanging from a rope ladder and he reaches his hand out to me. It seems that he's somehow hanging from the side of the ornithopter.
Hashire! そこからこっちに飛び移れ!
Lupin shouts to be heard over the burst of the fireworks.
逃がさないよ、姉さん!
He pushes his guards aside and tries to grab me.
次こそ貴様を撃つ。フィーニス!
Right before Van Helsing leaps from the train, he helps me by firing his gun. You're the only one left. The train is still going at full speed. I'm not as tough as Van Helsing. If I hit the ground, it would undoubtedly kill me. That's why... yeah, that's why Lupin's there. But, so what? I have faith that Lupin will catch me. Lupin! Just as Fizz's fingers brush against me, I get a short running start and jump with all my might out the open window. I can't control my body as I tumble in the thrashing wind. The ground rushes up. Lupin's strong arms catch me before I hit.
よく飛んだ! 偉いぞ!
Yay! Get a cute little CG with them. As soon as Lupin has a hold of me, the ornithopter turns away from the train. In an instant, we've gained distance from the train. As it gets smaller and smaller, I see Fitness look out the window at us. And, for some strange reason, he is smiling, as if he's enjoying that we resisted. It is an expression of glee, like that of a small child discovering a fun toy. Lupin tightens his grip on me, as if he got the same impression from Fitness's face.
まんまと罠にはめられたな。
I know, he's enjoying every minute of this. It kind of reminds me of the D&D campaign that I'm running the Curse of Strahd, and that scene right there just reminds me of like Strahd laughing and smiling as his toys get away so he can hunt them another day. He says this in a low voice tinged with frustration. Yes. We failed the mission, but he is probably concerned that letting Finis escape will prove to be an even greater threat later. Even greater threat later. Finis, Twilight's leader, and perhaps my brother. It should be impossible to believe, yet I feel as if I felt his cold gaze somewhere before. A long, long time ago. Somewhere.
二人ともそろそろこいつの燃料がやばい。飛ばして戻るから結構揺れるけど我慢してくれよな。
Impy's shot brings me back to my senses. For now, what matters most is that we've escaped from Twilight's clutches.
ああ、こっちは気にすんな。合流地点まで頼むぜ、インピー。
What about Victor?
安心してちょうだい。先に回収してるよ。
そういうことだ。用は済んだ。さっさとここから。どうしたカルディア。
I don't know, my chest is burning.
胸まさかホロロギウムに何か起きたか。
Oh, I remember. Oh no, I don't know. It's a pulsing, searing pain. I tightly hold my chest and watch the train disappear into the distance. Your brother has done something to you. Oh no. Well, that is the end of chapter 4. Chapter 4. Yep. A nice, fun chapter to follow up on MP's training chapter. I just wish that I had some more, like, genuine reactions to give you guys, because there's like nothing. Like, meeting Finis for the first time, I would have been like, what? She has a brother? What does this mean? But yeah, I don't, since I've already read it, and even though it's been almost 4 years, I still remember everything. I mean, I just need to get a little hint and I'm like, oh yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying though. Even though I just get to comment on what people are saying instead of reacting. It is a fun story though, and it gets even better when we get down the characters' roots. So at least story-wise, it's not going to be a disappointment. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like down below, and or subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.